Hi there folks, well welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm in a slightly blustery Paisley, and I'm going to maybe try and do another slightly creepy video because there is a location in Paisley. It does have something of a kind of, I don't know if you can call it a ghost story, but it's a bit of a kind of ghost story, supernatural story, and it's associated with one of the churches just off the high street. So I'm actually a short walk from the church itself, so I'll be heading up in just a moment to show you where it is. And before I do head up, if you enjoy my channel, if you enjoy my videos, then you click on the subscribe button, click on that notification bell, leave some likes, leave some comments, it's always really appreciated. And if you'd like to support the channel further, you can also follow me on TikTok and Blue Sky, and you can also click on the join button and become a channel member. So with that at the roads, I'm going to head on up and show you where I'm going to be going. So this is the junction with New Street and High Street in Paisley, and where I'm actually going to be going is just up this cobbled path here. And the church I was talking about is the one that's right at the top of the street, and that's the High Kirk. You might see it being referred to as the Oakshaws High Kirk or the Paisley High Kirk. So that's where I'm going to be going, so I'm going to head up that way. When I get up to it, I'll tell you the story. Yeah, so that's looking down towards the wine centre. I think they've been using this area of Paisley for quite a lot of filming, especially recently. So you can see why, because there's really beautiful yellow sandstone buildings that are quite historical. And of course they've got the old school cobbled streets. Yeah, not the kind of street you want to be walking up and down on a slippy day. Yes, that's the High Kirk there. Yeah, so that's the view back down into the town centre. And you can just see Saucil Hill just about there. But that's the building I've come to see. I think it's officially called Trinity Church, but I think most people refer to it as the High Kirk. So I'm going to go around this side and try and see if I can find my way into the kirkyard itself. I think they are carrying out some work on the church itself. But it's a stunning building. Never been inside this one. Right, so the story with the High Kirk is it was built between 1750 and 1752. There's a small plane going over. And the spire itself was finished in 1770. And apparently, from what I've seen online, it was reported in a newspaper article back in 1820 that there was a wee sprite witnessed here at the High Kirk. And within the article, this wee sprite was given the name of Wee Leach. And I've seen two different takes on this story online. One story is that Wee Leach was a spirit of a steeplejack who'd been working up on the steeple of the High Kirk and had fallen, and his spirit was still haunting the place, and that was given as a source or an origin story for Wee Leach. But another story I remember reading years back was that, again, there was a steeplejack up on the steeple of the church, and he fell because he saw Wee Leach, and essentially fell. And there's wee markers on the pavement just over here that are said to be where the steeplejack fell, which I'll show you in a minute. So yeah, again, the top of the actual steeple itself is no longer there. I think it was taken away for conservation. I'm not too sure when it's going to be getting returned. But I'm going to go across the street and show you where these markers are on the pavement. Yeah, so to find these wee markers, you come up round from the front of the church itself, and you come round to the side, where you'll see that the main road through Oakshaws is running, and it's right next to the pavement, or right next to the road itself is where you'll find these little markers. So there's actually 3 of them. There's this one here, which is a heart. That one there, which is supposed to be representative of a handkerchief. And there's a pair over. There's one over there, which is supposed to be a pair of glasses. And I will explain the significance of all 3 in just a second. But I'll just explain them now. So the heart here is supposed to represent where the steeplejack fell. That's where his body landed. And this one here is supposed to be where his handkerchief landed. This here. And this is supposed to be where his glasses lay, or where they fell when he fell off the tower. And another part of the story is, if you stand with a foot in each of the glasses, so like 1 foot there and 1 foot in there, and look up at the tower, it's claimed you should be able to see wee Leachy. So let's try that. Yeah, so I've got a foot in each one of the glasses. I'm going to turn the camera around and look up at the tower and try and see what we can see. So that's the tower there. Oh, again, the sun's in my eye, so I can't really see much. You just might be able to see something if there is anything there. And that takes down towards St James's. And you can just see the Campsies looking very brooding in the distance. Yeah, so that was the story of wee Leachy and the Paisley High Kirk. Again, still quite a breezy, blowy day after our yesterday's storm, but it's just nice to be able to get out and go for a wee wander around the town for a wee bit. And hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully you've found it interesting. And again, if you're in the Paisley area, Oakshaws itself, it's a lovely wee area to go and have a little wander around. And you can come up and see the High Kirk itself, and see the little designs on the pavement, and yeah, and just explore Oakshaws. So hopefully again you'll have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.